quality materials that I've got from America, from the Montana Fly Company. And this one's Frog's Hair. This is the one with the UV, which is in the packet, in the fibre, that adds just that extra that you're looking for in your fly. I love the UV, the UV ultraviolet type fibre mixed through the natural dubbing. You can have the plain stuff, and I do mix both. I have, for the egg sac, I'm going to use this dark olive. Very simple fly to tie. I'm using a fire orange thread, or a bright orange thread anyway. All I'm doing is putting down a layer of thread, all the way down until I'm in just before I go round the bend of the hook, or in line with the barb. Trim away the waste piece of thread. Now get some of your frog hair dubbing. Excellent, very easy to double on. Tear it off, form like a nice ball or an egg sac at the back. Just quite very easy, just build up a small ball shape using the fibre till you get the shape you're looking for. In this case, as you can see, that nice ball shape gives the impression of the egg sac. Now for the second part of the body, I'm going to be using this here is the UV, and it's a grey olive UV frog's hair. It's a cracking colour, rots extremely well, suits this pattern to a treat. Simply tear off some, get it all ready. What I like to do is just pull it through my fingers, prepare the dubbing. Now I'm going to wind, in this case I'm going to wind a nice ginger hackle, a saddle hackle, up the body instead of down the way, which I do a lot. I'm going to wind this up the way. It's very easy to do, just bare some of the fine hairs. Now the length of the fibre, I'm looking for at least the length, full length of the hook from the middle and out. It should be the full length at least, because I'm going to draw this back. Now you want the good side facing yourself, just offer it to the side, make sure you tie it down, get your dubbing. You want the dubbing to come on quite thick. The caddis bodies are quite thick. Simply put it on, start building up the body. Slightly less than the egg sac, so that the egg sac sits out. Just take your time. You see how easy it is to dub. It's very simple. Once you've got enough dubbing, you can quite easily tear it back, trim away the excess. Then bring your hackle up, much like you rib a fly, through the dubbing, all the way up to the top. Now I've left about 3 to 4 mil, 3 mil anyway, from this point here of tying the hackle off to the eye. Trim away the waste. 2 or 3 turns to lock them in. Right, tie these down. Any excess, just remove them, trim away. Now what I like to do here is get some Velcro. And Velcro some of the fur up into the actual hackle. And at the same time, what I'm going to do is lift the hackle fibres up to the top. Basically just bringing the fibres from the bottom to the top. This makes the fly sit much better, and you can pull the fibres to the back, forming like an underwing of hackle. You'll find that it sits much better on the water. Gives a better impression on the water, more of a footprint, or a better footprint as I would say, on the surface. There you go. Doesn't look as good, but when you see it in the water, geez, perfect. Now, for an underwing, let's get a couple of CDC feathers, natural. This is duck or mallard duck CDC. Softens the wing slightly. All I do is lay one on top of the other, just slightly by the bend of the hook. Tie them nice and tight on top. Now you can remove the excess and tidy up. Make sure they're tied down. Then get some of your elk hair. It's just a natural elk hair. A nice light colour. Just remove a few fibres to form the wing. Now you've got a lot of fluff in there. Got to remove that. Just use a fine comb or a brush, or just take your time and remove the fine fur, because this will stop. I'm going to stack the hair. This will stop it stacking if you leave that in. Simply into the hair stacker, tips first. Tap it on your desk. Remove the bottom of your hair stacker and you'll see now the tips have all lined up. Just get them into your finger and thumb and then tie them just much slightly longer than the CDC, just a wee tad. And 2 or 3 turns on top, keep it nice and tight, making sure the wing stays on top. You don't want the fibres to run round the hook, don't want that. Just see how it's sitting, it's okay. Now you can trim just now at an angle, just like this, and over the eye. Again, this would help lift the fly if you're pulling it or skating the fly on the surface. Now for the legs, I'm going to use these, the centipede legs. Again, from the Montana Fly Company. This is one of my favourite. It's speckled yellow. It's actually the fine one, as you can see, lovely. Now all you need is 2 lengths. Just cut them from the small hank. Just adds a bit more attraction to the fly, to your eye as well as to the fish. Now what I normally do is start on my side, catch in 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 turns is enough. And then at this point, trim. I normally bring them up alongside the ones at the back, which is the full length of the wing. The ones at the front are half that length, so then I trim them there. Again, on this side, on your side, tie 2, full length of the wing. Very easy, just take your time. 1, 2, 3, 4 should secure them in. Again, you want this half the length of the fibres at the back. You're not exactly right at this point. You could, once you've finished the fly, you can actually get them close. Then get some of your dubbing again. Tidy. This is really going to tidy everything up. Don't need a lot. Just dub it onto your thread. This material dubs extremely well. Very easy. Floats extremely well too. So tighten up. Just all I do is pull them, making sure the fibres where you want them to be. Any wing fibres like that one there's sitting up. A few turns in. This will separate everything for you. Once you've got enough, you can remove the fibres from the thread. Now what I like to do at this point is keep the thread tight and forget everything just now. Come in, take the thread to the eye, take it to the front and put maybe a good half a dozen turns or so to make sure that's locked in. And then get some varnish. Prefer to varnish the thread at this point. Just rub the thread with the varnish and then whip finish. This will lock in the turns. Just take your turn. You want at least 3 to 4 turns anyway. Whip finish. Take away your thread. The excess dubbing that's there, just take this away. A wee quick look, see how things are sitting. And once you're happy, you can put it in your box. And that there is the elk hair caddis.